Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for an installment of Scott's Selections here for Sunday, January 21st. For again, today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in hockey with the Winnipeg Jets money line at minus 135 on BetMGM. Wasn't easy. In fact, the game was very competitive throughout, and Winnipeg eventually found itself in overtime. But the Jets got it done as they won the game 2-1. So nice winner. Look for the winner here on Sunday. And for today's play of the day, going to switch to football. You look at a game between the Buccaneers and the Lions, taking place at around 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, I'm going to take a player prop. Going to go with Baker Mayfield over 260.5 passing yards at minus 115 on BetMGM. Time of recording of 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take Mayfield over his passing yards in this game. First reason, 260.5 is actually a pretty low number because his passing yards are set at 263.5 on Bet365 and 262.5 on FanDuel. So you're saving about 2-3 yards just by shopping around, which I'll gladly do every time. Now, recently, Mayfield's been flying over this number as he's had at least 283 passing yards in 4 of his last 5 games. And the Buccaneers are also really bad at running the ball, so you might see the Buccaneers throw the ball a bit more than anticipated in this matchup because the Buccaneers are averaging the second fewest rushing yards per game, while the Lions are allowing the second fewest rushing yards per game. So once again, the Lions defense is kind of a pass funnel, which should result in more pass attempts and consequently more yards for Mayfield in this game. But to go through the actual passing yards allowed, the Lions' pass defense is not very good, as the Lions are allowing 253.4 passing yards per game, which is the third most in the league. And recently, the Lions have been unbelievably bad at stopping the pass, including the playoff game last week against the Rams. The Lions have allowed at least 345 passing yards in each of their last 4 games. So once again, you're looking at a defense that really is good against the run, terrible against the pass. We know that with Godwin, with Evans, with a lot of weapons, even Palmer had a good game last week for Tampa. They got weapons, and I do think that once again, Baker is good enough to actually pick this defense apart. We saw him have 330 plus passing yards against the Eagles last week. I can see a pretty big stat line for Mayfield as he goes over this passing yards total. And the Lions are also favored in this game by 6.5 points. So even if Tampa's getting killed, it's the last game of the season if that's the case. So they're not going to pull anybody. And I do think that once again, you can get some garbage time opportunities if the Lions blow this game open. It's also in a dome, so weather's not going to be an issue for this game. But simply put, you're going to give me a guy that's had at least 283 passing yards in 4 of the last 5 games, a defense that's allowed the third most passing yards per game in the entire league, and a defense that's allowed 345 plus passing yards in 4 straight games. 260.5 is too low. I think Baker's going to be able to go over, whether it's a close game or whether it's a blowout. I think he might have a shot at 300 in this game. But simply put, give me a pretty underrated quarterback in the spot with a low number to go over his passing yards projections. Play that once again here for Sunday, January 21st. Going to be on Baker Mayfield over 260.5 passing yards at minus 115 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.